probably legally change my name to Ahmed 5G.
If I told you something was legally impossible.
Fine, we're just going to go and break the law.
We're going to cut that out. It's going to be sending us a defamation.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ahmed Khattak. I'm the CEO and founder of US Mobile, and I'm so thrilled to introduce you to US Mobile's freshly minted General Counsel, Tamera Woodard. Off to you.
Off to me. Hey, guys, I'm Tamera Woodard, the freshly minted General Counsel of...
And corporate baddie.
And corporate Powerhouse baddie. Get it right. Of US Mobile, and I'm excited to talk to y'all today.
This is kind of interesting. You actually almost never see a general counsel come on a podcast, right? Tamera was mostly a deputy general counsel at AT&T, where she spent over 15 years. I could genuinely say that in a very long time, we have brought someone at US Mobile that I would say has seen a lot more than I have, in the context of that I haven't been in a $50 billion spectrum purchase and all of that stuff. So in a long time, very excited that there's someone alongside me in the company who is like tangibly able to give me advice on things that I really don't have a purview on. I have a bunch of questions for Tamera that I'm going to read. Like, I've got a bunch of them. And so I'm going to ask my first one, which is, did you ever imagine you'd be on a podcast with a founder and a team that actually ships things? Be honest.
No, never in a million years.
Okay, wow.
Not until yesterday. How many unread Slack messages do you have right now?
Are we talking DMs, or are we talking group messages that might or might not be directed to me?
DMs.
Good choice of words.
Okay.
Already trying to get out of the question.
Zero. I've got zero unread Slack messages right now.
Okay, what's the real answer?
We see, the lawyer has to look to make sure there's no privileged information being shown on the screen.
Well,
okay.
You can always So zero unread messages.
Okay.
I've got another superpower as well. I always, and this has happened for the last decade or so, I've not gone a single night without having inbox zero.
You read your messages every night, all of them?
All the time. So like I've zero unread, all my emails over here. There's not a single email that's actually directed to me, except for actually one over here. So I have to be inbox zero and I have to be Slack zero at the end of the night. This is a really funny one.
Okay.
When telcos say they move fast, the big three, is that like QCI 9 fast or QCI 7 fast?
It's like 3G slow.
That's a really funny answer, by the way. I was not expecting that. Okay, your turn.
Okay. Oh, I know. I actually know the answer to this, but we'll see. Have you ever signed something without reading it?
Never.
See? I knew you were going to say that.
I've never signed anything without reading it, especially over the last 10 years, running US Mobile. What's the longest meeting you've been in where nothing actually happened?
I have been in lockdowns for 12 hours. And, right, you can't leave the room. You can't take your phone in. You can't take it out. They bring food into you and nothing gets done because people just talk.
Wow. There's no way I was expecting that answer. Okay, Anthony, it's a question for you.
Okay.
What would happen if we had a 12-hour meeting where nothing would happen? What would happen to the people in that room?
They wouldn't be back the next day.
Yeah, because you get so many people in a room and everybody's an expert and everybody has an opinion, so nothing actually gets done.
My God, that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Okay, my turn. If I told you something was legally impossible, is that a good advice or is it a challenge?
It's such an interesting question, because I would say I do have, as a founder, do have this unique ability in I've been in enough litigation in my life where I understand law, I would say probably a little better than a lot of people who are not lawyers. So I would say if you said it's legally impossible, if it came from someone like you, I would immediately take that as gospel and be okay, fine. What she's trying to tell me is that in the context of current law, this is legally impossible. But then my question immediately would be, can we challenge it? Is there any precedent somewhere? Did someone do something similar that was struck down by the Supreme Court or the Superior Court or the Court of Appeals? And if there is, send me that and I'll read about it. So I would say I would listen to you in the context of, okay, I'm not going to push and prod her more on, no, but you find a loophole or you do this because you just can't. When a lawyer is telling you it's legally impossible, then basically what you're doing is you're really treading not the gray area, but the illegal area, right?
Yeah.
And so then you're okay, fine. Is there a way around it? I would say people are a bit different where they're fine, we're just going to go and break the law.
Yeah, they are.
And and then we're going to see.
We're going to cut that out. I was going to be sending us a defamation.
I don't know if you're going to cut that out.
Yeah.
But I'm more like, wait, no, I don't want to like entirely break the law over here. Luckily, we're not in the space where there's a bunch of stuff that's at like the frontier. Like AI is at the frontier. There's laws that are being created as we speak. Space travel, all of this stuff is where I actually sometimes wonder whether I would have been actually able to do stuff that either Elon did or like Travis at Uber did, where they really had to make these decisions, right? I mean, think about it. When they decided to do Uber X was basically saying we're going to give the ability for any person in the world to start offering like taxi-like services and entirely circumventing all kinds of like transportation laws.
That's very true.
And they went and won, right? So it's like, I'm not necessarily sure whether I'm that CEO. Like, I really don't necessarily like to break like laws at all. And thankfully, I'm in an industry where we don't have to do it. But my response usually would be that, okay, can we challenge it?
Yeah.
Can we change our approach?
I like that.
Yeah. I have a great question for Tamera.
Okay.
I'm thinking, should I ask this question before or after? What do you think is and that's not the question I'm asking you right now is not the great question. There's one that's going to follow that. Why do you think US Mobile is growing this fast without spending? Like, we have carrier level growth. You can see it now, like now that you're at US Mobile. Why is that happening? Why are we not spending any money on marketing and we're like winning in the marketplace?
I think that's I think it's multiple reasons. I think it's this, right? Like, once again, much to my chagrin, like you're on Reddit, you're doing podcasts. And by the way, you're not running these things by me, which gives me a little bit of heartburn.
That is the question, by the way. That was exactly what the next question was.
Gives me a little bit of heartburn, but right, you engaged, and people don't see like the former CEO of T-Mobile, right? He was kind of out there being really disruptive. I wasn't going to say his name, but being really disruptive in the space. So I think that goes really far, and you're relatable, right? Yeah. So even me, like if I came in here and we talked about this, like if I didn't feel like I needed to come be a stodgy lawyer in a suit with my glasses. Yeah. So you're really relatable. And I think that goes a long way for people. I mean, the price, obviously. Sure. And then just the product, like, wow, right? I'm going to say this, and the way it comes, I don't mean it how it sounds, but what lawyer is that? Listen, I'm going to say this because I don't know if I've ever said this to you before. Maybe I had. Yeah. When I met you, I had not heard of this company, which is what made it so appealing to me. That. Because, that means there's so many places to touch, so many people to touch, so much growth. Yeah. And I hear this all the time, by the way, and I love that. Yeah. I actually absolutely love it. If I'm still hearing it after 5 years, I'd be really annoyed. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen. But hearing it from partners, hearing it from customers, hearing it from like some random person on the street saying, I haven't heard about US Mobile, when we know that the people that have heard about US Mobile and close to 1 million people, like active 1 million people, it shows you just how much more potential that there is in what we can do. And that's really what stopped us from considering offers to be bought out at and it'll continue to be that because it really feels like we are still like, I bet like most people even at AT&T or like Verizon don't know what US Mobile is. Tying it back to your question, right? Like, why are we growing? It's the organic growth. Yeah. And I know we'll probably turn a corner sometime somewhere where maybe we're doing more, but it's really organic growth and it's a great product. You're right. I agree with that. So actually, the first answer was basically what my loaded question was on. So what really happened is like the way I see US Mobile's future, even as we get towards 5 million customers and 10 million customers, is that this organic traction that we have will always be a centerpiece. We'll just do stuff in paid that sends people towards this organic world. And that's what's creating virality around the brand, which is if I do a Super Bowl ad and as long as 50% of those people end up on our subreddit or watch a video or do any of that stuff, I've already convinced them. Then my product is already going to convert. But what really happens is what other companies are doing is they're trying to buy this, right? They're trying to buy growth. And when you try to buy growth, then what you're doing is you're spending millions or tens of millions of dollars on a
ad, whether that's a paid ad on television, whether that's pay-per-click on like, one of these platforms like Google, but then you're clicking and you're ending up on this website. So you're basically ending up on a bunch of HTML code and you have no way to figure out whether this is real or not. But if you actually click on any of these ads and rather than ending up on an HTML code website or React or whatever you use, right? And you're ending up on people talking about US mobile, that is what fundamentally changes. So I think organic growth will, and by the way, companies like Tesla did this the best, right? Still don't spend any money in paid marketing. In an industry where they spend so much money, because as long as you hear about Tesla, it just starts living rent-free in your mind.
That's very true. It's interesting that you talk about paid marketing because one of the things that I have not understood, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on this too, is like sponsorships, like putting your name on things. Like we don't do a lot of that. And I don't understand it in 2025, like the need for it. We've got the internet, we've got Reddit, we've got Instagram, we've got TikTok, like companies spending millions of dollars to brand Major League Baseball stadium or something. What are your thoughts?
It's interesting. That actually is one of the things that I think will work at US Mobile because it's part of that organic social kind of fabric, which is you're branding a stadium and it has your name on it. It's making people go and search for you. You're making people think about you. So for example, we did do something like this. We did sponsor a League One club in the UK called Barnsley, and we ended up in the Wembley Stadium at a final, and there was actual like brand recognition in that town or in that county because of what we had done. But obviously, US Mobile does not exist in the United Kingdom. So I would say some of these things can work, but then you have to choose the right one, right? The stadiums that you and I would want to be on will be the ones that all the big telcos are going to want to on. And maybe one day we will go and bid for those. So I would say some of these things can work if it's like really authentic. And I don't know what it is for US Mobile, but what I know for sure is it is going to work. Okay. That we are going to do something.
We are going to do it.
So then my question is, when you know that stuff like Reddit is like, and all of this authenticity is US Mobile's biggest growth engine, and we're going to continue to do it, what's your approach towards like, as a GC towards all of these things?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to listen to you on a bunch of that stuff. I'm sorry.
It's not like don't do it. It's more so, well, can I see it before it gets posted so I can make sure we're not stepping in it? But I think it's good. Like my job is not to take a hammer to anything. My job is to say, okay, we're growing, we're scaling. How do we continue to do what we've been doing in a way that protects the brand, mitigates risk, right? But retains the fabric of who we are, who you are, and that connection with the community. So
this answer, the Reddit community is going to love this answer. It's like, how many times do we get like this question on, hey, like, did someone read this? Do you have, are you guys even serious? You should have like someone review this. Like, what about these terms and conditions? Like, who read? So, I mean, by the way, this is something that I would say a bunch of our community has asked for. So I just don't think this is like a wrong thing.
So I'm curious to know, coming from a big company, then coming over here to a startup, but in the same industry. I'm curious, when you were having conversations with leaders there, were they in lockstep with you about the opinions that you had? Did you feel like there was that synchronicity? Did you feel like they understood your legal opinions, or did you feel like there was constantly pushback and it was more of like a no situation than a yes enabling situation?
No, I think I would say they understood. I mean, the company I left, these are very experienced people who've been in telco for a while. So definitely I feel like they understood. Very much a partnership, which is my approach now because of how I developed as a leader. So I definitely think so. I would say it's only 5 weeks in now. I think that Ahmed's approach is energetic though, like very energetic. I think the perspective of a founder or disruptor in this space is going to just be different by default, because you have to push the envelope more. You have to take a few more risks you don't have until now an in-house lawyer. So you kind of are the lawyer and the CEO.
I'm officially not the chief legal officer at US anymore. Yes.
Not anymore. But so I think that's the difference though. Like you had to like sometimes open a book and what does New York state law say about this, right?
Absolutely.
So I think that is what I see as
it's
being
been
different.
It's been very refreshing. It's actually honestly like having like an amazing CTO or a VP of engineering who basically now is giving me opinions on how the architecture should be as opposed to me. It really is a big unlock because as a CEO, compliance is a very big part of your job. What roles do lawyers play in big companies? Like lawyers, like it's like you talk to any person from a really big company and they're like, oh, I actually really wanted to do this, but like my lawyer stopped me or the counsel. Is that true?
I don't think so. I think there was probably a time when it was true, you know, maybe 10, 15 years ago. I think now I view myself as a business person with a law degree, not a lawyer. Yeah. Like I
agree with that. Like that's what really excited us about you when we were hiring you as well.
Yeah, like I have to know and understand the business to give good legal advice. Like really know the business. Yeah. And you know this, I mean, the first 30 days here almost feels like I haven't been doing anything. Like substantive.
Well, no, we know you're doing a lot.
But I'm learning the business, right? Like I'm reading this and talking to people so I can be a better...
I'm having like multiple heart attacks every couple of weeks.
So I can be a better lawyer. Like that's critical. So I wear both hats. I got a business hat on this side, legal hat on that side.
It would have been a very interesting kind of time for the legal team over at Magenta when someone like John Legere comes in, because he's just so different as a corporate person than everyone else, right? I mean, he's out there and obviously it grew the company. I think T-Mobile recently, and I might be wrong about this, you probably should fact check it, but I think T-Mobile recently became the biggest carrier in America. I was reading this somewhere that they became the biggest carrier in America. I mean, if you look at where they started from, 12, 13 years back, in third, I mean, AT&T tried to buy T-Mobile and gave them like a $1 or $2 billion. It's all public.
It is very public.
The breakup fee that they did. Even the context of startups, that's like an amazing story.
Yeah.
What do you think? And you're actually wearing magenta. It's funny.
Close.
But what do you think it was? Like what made T-Mobile this great over the last 10, 12 years?
I think it's what we talked about. Yeah, I do think it was just kind of the organic. What were they? The uncarrier?
Yeah.
The uncarrier.
That's such a smart thing to say, right?
Just disruptive. Like, oh, we're not going to do, you know, the other companies are doing X. We're going to do Y. We're not going to lock you in, right? Just, we're going to let you go month to month. You don't have to have a 24-month agreement. I think they were...
That must have been like a big deal, right? When they were doing that,
That was a big deal. And I think they were not scared to go first, right? Like, we're going to do it and see how it goes. Fail fast.
Yeah.
And I think that took them a long way.
Yeah, I forgot that they did some of this stuff. And now I'm thinking in the context of that I've kind of gotten to work with really big companies, even outside telco. These are hard decisions, right? Some of these decisions can be, hey, it might move our churn by 1% or churn by 1% when you have 100 million customers can like, I mean, the Wall Street can entirely just destroy you based on that. So having that kind of chutzpah to be able to make those decisions is pretty special. Yeah, you're right. Like that's something that, and obviously they've really milked that and they've continued it. Like people still think that even though at this point, I feel like all the pricing for all the carriers is the same.
Yeah.
But then it's just, they've packaged it in a way where they've made them, you know.
Yeah, but people still associate, even though, like you said, there's more parity in pricing, people still associate that with them being the uncarrier, being the disruptor.
Yeah.
We're going to take their place, but.
Yeah. Love that. Look at that. That was going to be my next question, but she already answered it.
Super carrier, not uncarrier.
Yeah, I think the next big carrier in America that's going to have 20, 30 million subscribers actually might be an MVNO. And there's been one before. TracFone had 18 million subscribers. I don't think they were as innovative as we were, like not nearly. And you know, but they were the last carrier that actually had all three networks. But yeah, that's super interesting. That's like a really interesting answer. Are you secretly jealous that you don't get to fire Google ads and brag about it on LinkedIn?
No. But I did see that.
Yeah. That's, you know,
Again, disruptive, right? Like, screw that. We're not doing that. We don't have to do that. We don't need you.
it totally changed the company's mentality.
Yeah.
I was talking to our head of growth, Faizan, the other day about this. And obviously, like Ryan and Anthony were at US Mobile at that time as well, right? We were like, we're spending, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, millions of dollars a year. And we're going to take this money and we're going to give this back to our customers. Some companies say it. We put it in practice. This was October of last year when we were at 100 million in like recurring revenue. It had taken us 10 years to get there. Our revenue has more than doubled since then. But it fundamentally changed how we looked at acquisition. It started with Google Ads, but it spilled over into every decision that we ever made. It really changed the way we looked at acquisition in general, which was if an influencer came in and wanted to do a collaboration with us, had millions of followers and wanted $150,000 or $200,000 to do one, we looked at it and we'd say, but what are we actually getting out of this? More importantly, what are our customers going to get out of it? And if the answer was no, which it usually is, then we're just going to take that $200,000 and we're going to give it to our customers. You know, we did a bunch of these partnerships where we didn't spend a lot of money, but there's this someone on Instagram that has 250,000 followers. And like my point to Anthony and Ryan and everyone was that at least bring someone on the table that's going to get more views than my Reddit post, right? Otherwise, we should just keep on investing back into that community.
What kind of influencer do you think fits the brand?
I would say the ones that would work really well for us aren't influencers in the context of actors or celebrities. So like Jack Dorsey coming and tweeting about US Mobile, saying that US Mobile is really
big deal.
That was for me, because like he's one of the greatest product people. So I would say like folks like these are the ones that if there was a more kind of clear endorsement of US Mobile, like I think that's what I would really want. But we have seen a big increase in high net worth folks actually becoming US Mobile, because I'm not going to name them, but there's so many of them that we actually now have. Like we have a team that takes care of them. FYI, this is for like our viewers. Like one of the reasons why a bunch of these folks are our customers is because of how incredible US Mobile's security is. Like the way we look at multi-tenancy, the way we look at like dual approvals, the way we look at, like, for example, there's a service that we have in beta today that we're going to make public to all of our customers, hopefully in Q1 of 2026, is that if we put that like flag on your account, no one can see your information. You have to put in a code to unlock and then we'll audit it. So like, for example, if Tamera's account had that flag on it, then no one at US Mobile can just go into our internal systems and put your phone number in. It actually won't show any results except for like this account exists. The way to unblock it is if you're with our customer service team, the customer has to give a code. That code does not last for a very long time. You have to put that code in. That unlocks that account information so you can take actions on it, but then your actions get logged as well. And in some cases, even if the customer gives you a code, the system will say, you're not allowed, here are the 20 people that are allowed to. So like stuff like this that we have built is, and I think it's a product of like Jack going and tweeting about us. So like all of his followers were like, wait, what is this? Like, why is this person endorsing? There's a fellow founder in the space who like was tweeting and saying, oh, it's because they have the same investors and blah, blah, alluding that somehow this was paid. And it wasn't. I did not know about it till a bunch of people started
tagging you.
Yeah, tagging me. And like Jack Dorsey's a great guy, by the way. But I would say like that kind of endorsement helps us. I'm not sure whether we can have a actor or a celebrity endorse. I mean, I would love for Taylor Swift to endorse us. So Taylor Swift, if you're watching, please endorse us. I would love you for it. But other than that, I just don't think it.
Okay. Yeah. Would you rather legally change your name to Ahmed 5G or use a flip phone for a year?
I would probably legally change my name to Ahmed 5G.
No flip phones.
No flip phones. Yeah. I mean, Ahmed 5G is not a bad, like, I'd probably call myself Ahmed 6G or 7G, but
future focus.
Yeah. Future, always looking to the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you choose corporate life or did the corporate life choose you?
I chose the corporate life.
Why is
100%.
that?
Felt right. I was at a law firm before I went in-house to my old company and I hated it. Like, literally hated it. Like going to the meetings and trying to sell myself to people, the networking. Wasn't
not cut
my
out
favorite.
for it.
It's not the small talk, the shaking hands at events 100 times and telling your elevator speech over and over and over to convince people to give you their business was not my jam. Being in-house, it felt right.
What is that one thing that you wish a big company would steal from US Mobile or startups in general?
Lean teams.
Yeah.
That whole thing we were talking about earlier, right? 15 people in the room, 12 hours, nothing gets done.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have time for that, right? We're small. We have to get it done.
Isn't AI going to like really disrupt that though? Like, I mean, isn't that going to be a forcing function towards it, or?
I don't think AI will disrupt the deliberative process,
Yeah.
right? Like, it will take away some of the more repetitive tasks, but like it cannot think the way that you can think about things.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, maybe you could train it too.
Yeah.
But it only
Interesting.
knows what you feed it. And so
I would say like more in the terms of when you're now in a big company and you're like, okay, we want to hire 100 engineers, or like, you're not thinking that anymore, right? Big companies are not, or they're at least cognizant of the fact that maybe we just don't need to.
I think people don't trust AI all the way yet.
Yeah.
So we may get there eventually, but there are lots of reasons to be weary of AI. It's kind of, I was talking to Anthony about this yesterday, right? Like, it's the new disruptive thing, kind of like when the iPhone came, right? Like, what is this? Like, how should we be thinking about it? The iPhone, like cloud DVR, all those things that were really disruptive in the space. And I feel like AI is the same thing. Like, we don't know what to do with it yet.
I think Tamera, in my mind, just touched on this amazing user acquisition thing right now, which is, I think the older, more mature generation might look at AI as, hey, we don't know whether we can trust it. No 20-year-old or 25-year-old is thinking that. A 20, 25-year-old is entirely giving their life to AI, and they're adopting it like no one else out there. And I think that's where the dichotomy is. But I'm thinking from a user acquisition standpoint, that is why we might be winning right now, because you've got a bunch of people who are going from 20s to 30s, and they have a totally different view on telcos. Anyone who's in their 50s or 60s, they're like, I only need to be in the big three. I've been with them for 20 years and I trust them with my life. My phone number has been with them, and I see their stores all the time. I see their ads, and no way can we trust this company called US Mobile. A 20 or a 30-year-old is actually not thinking like that.
Yeah.
They're
no,
like,
it's a good point.
They're like, oh my God, I'm going to sign up for this immediately. Because it's going to save me money or give me better service. They're not thinking that this carrier might or might not be there in the next 5 years or so, which is super interesting, because obviously you tend to be less risk averse when you're younger in your life. And then like as you become older, because of like, your life circumstances, you start thinking more about these things.
Would you rather fight one angry regulator or 10,000 angry customers on X, Reddit?
Any day, 10,000 customers on X, I can bring them around. And I've done it before. I mean, part of the reason why our subreddit became so massive was actually when we got into these conflicts with tens of thousands of customers on people not being happy about video shaping, people not being happy about perhaps our approach toward when a customer should get throttled versus not get throttled, and all of that stuff. Because remember, like, people go on Reddit to torch brands. No person goes on Reddit to go and say, I love US, I love my, I don't know, like dish soap company, right? They'll only go there when like this soap has like for some reason like burnt them, or like, I don't know, like my tomatoes have salmonella in it, and then like I'm like really pissed off about it, and I'm going and like shitting on that tomato supplier, right? And so absolutely I would engage, fight, and then become friends with 10,000 people. And by the way, it's one of the biggest privileges in life when you've got tens of thousands of people ready to give you their time. Remember, these people are like, I don't know, their parents, their brothers, their sisters, their dads, their moms, their grandparents. They're all kind of giving you a bit of their piece of their mind and giving you their opinions. That's like any company that ever comes to that part is a very lucky company. And that's exactly why I think we'll have millions of customers, because we have, and this is increasing at this point, people are there, they're sharing their opinions, they know that they can get heard from us. Yeah.
You don't know this, but everyone will know it now. One of the first things I did when I received my email address was sign up for Reddit. Never been on it until November 3rd, but I was like, I gotta keep an eye on this guy.
God.
I get the little digest every morning now.
Oh my goodness. By the way, I actually have learned to disconnect from it every now and then. There'll be times when like for 3-4 days, I'm just not going to open it, because some stuff can like trigger you, right? Like for me, what triggers me is when I see someone having a bad experience with US Mobile, and then I get
You want to fix it.
I want to fix it, and then I want to investigate, and I want to be like, okay, then I'm like, why did you say that to that person? And my approach towards US mobile customers in general is that nothing should ever be an automatic no. And this shouldn't be happening. And it drives me insane. So that's why sometimes I do disconnect from Reddit because I don't want my whole day to be consumed, and it can immediately put me in a bad mood. I'll give you an actual example. This happened last week. I have a soft spot towards veterans because my granddad was a Second World War veteran, fought the Nazis in Germany. My dad was a fighter pilot in the Air Force. So I think part of it was that, but so I had an email saying, hey, I'm a US Navy veteran. I live in Minnesota. I'd actually never heard of US Mobile, but then my friend talked about it. And so I signed up for it. I loved it. I loved it so much that I wanted my mother to be on it. My mother's house doesn't have internet. So I got my mother into my home yesterday so that she could sign up for the same plan because I have Wi-Fi. And then when I got in touch with your team, they wouldn't honor this deal because the time had passed. I'm talking about it, I'm getting upset right now.
Yeah.
I was so livid. And this person in his 50s is like so respectful in the way he's talking about it. I'm like, I immediately go and message the product support team, like WTF, and like.
You're thinking about the person, not just like the idea of the customer. You're thinking about
and I was
the person.
so upset about it. Obviously, we immediately gave them like the discount or whatever it was. So like that can happen. So it's a bit of a push-pull relationship over here. It's like, I want to be on Reddit because I want to hear about these things. But then some of these things can really upset me. And like, they really upset me. So then sometimes have to take a break from all of this. What's been amazing is, and I think that's the beauty about US Mobile, people viscerally understand this. So now we've got so many people who are not in my role who will see this because it feels like it's our responsibility. So I would say like that's the other part of it.
You're very close to the customer, especially as a CEO.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of CEOs kind of talk the talk. Yeah. But you are very close.
Certified by Tamera. She's seen a lot of CEOs, by the way. But hey, listen, this was so great. Thank you for spending time with us in the studio. It's just been so great having you. And it definitely doesn't feel like we have a general counsel. We have another business partner at US Mobile, which is awesome. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you. I survived. I was really nervous.